let's find out who is the love of your life, that big love. And I'm going to be giving you so many details for you to be able to recognize this person, whether you have already met them long time ago, you just met them, or you're about to meet them. Okay, I'm gonna give you personality, appearance, zodiac sign, love story, dynamic, obstacles you will face, and so much more. Now, because this is such a big and important reading, make sure to pick intuitively. This is the time that you take all the time it needs for you to pick the right pile for you. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. It's on purpose that there's no crystals, and this is because I don't want you to pick your favorite color or just guide yourself with the crystal. I wanted all cards to be identical for you to genuinely push yourself to pick intuitively. And I'm going to give you a really great way to do so, okay? So pass your finger over the screen like this slowly, and whenever you feel a tingle on your finger, on your nose, or somewhere else on your body, that's when you stop, and then that's the pile for you. And this is because the body has a direct communication line with the soul, okay, and so has access to a lot of knowledge. But when you pick by your favorite color, favorite number, all of this is your ego. This is human knowledge that you're picking with, okay, and that will not necessarily give you the right option, the right reading. So that said, I also wanted to say thank you to everyone who is constantly supporting me, who has already subscribed, who gives a like to every single one of my videos, who leaves a comment. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and thank you so much to everyone who feels called today to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, now that said, description box, comment sections, those are the two places where you can find the timestamp for each one of the groups. And I'll see you in a couple seconds. Bye. Hi there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. I'm Fernanda. I'm the tarot reader and psychic behind all the bigger cards that you can find in this YouTube channel. Let's start with your reading, but first I just want to remind you all that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates most with you and leave the rest. Remember that you are an intelligent being, and you should be self-aware when you're listening to any pick a card, and be capable of knowing right away what is meant for you and what it isn't. Just let it go, okay? So let's start with your reading, group number 1, and let's look at your card for the love of your life, okay? So first of all, you got this beautiful card. This is the High Priestess. So Morshida, that represents the High Priestess. So definitely the greatest love in your life, the love of your life, is someone who is highly intuitive. This person is highly, also I will say, strongly mysterious. She or he really projects this very mystic vibe of herself, and it doesn't mean like a magical or a hippie person at all. What I'm focusing on with this High Priestess, and what I want to make sure that you understand, is that this person keep her heart or her cards really close to her. She doesn't give anything away. She could be very mysterious, very mystique. She could look, or he be very introverted as well, like he keeps to himself. And so I just feel like it will be challenging, I find, in the beginning, to know whether you like this for you to find out whether this person likes you or not. I do think that if you are a man chasing a woman, let's say, or let's say that you are the one who's courting the other person, this person, I do think that you will be like, does she like me back? Does he like me back? I'm not sure if this is working or not, because it seems like it's working, but she's not, or he's not giving away too much. And the thing with the High Priestess is that she's very careful of not based on mistrust, but just because she is very exclusive and she understands energy, and she or he will only give her energy, their energy to the right person. They will only share their energy to the right person, because the high priestess has a deep understanding of light and shadow energy, and understands that both are needed. But she also understands that, like, your surroundings, whoever is surrounding you, will affect your life. And so this is why this person is very careful, and she or he will take a lot of time to take a read on you. That means that, whenever you have conversations with her or him, he will be asking a lot of, like, really good, deep questions. And she will be like, or he will be looking at you, like staring at you, like looking deep into your eyes while you're talking. And the thing is that she's trying to figure out if you're being truthful while you are speaking. It's the thing is, with the high priestess, it's like someone that you cannot lie to. This person, she is kind of like a walking lie detector. And also remember that I really focus on energy. I say he or she, but just apply it to your situation. And if you know you're attracted to men, or if you know that you're attracted to women, then apply it to that. In this case, this is more of a feminine energy, a very intuitive feminine energy. And she is also very magical, I will say. And she may even have like a special interest in the occult. She may have a special interest in anything that, like, interest in educating herself more about balance and energies and higher self and the universe and all of this. So I feel like this person, definitely how she or he goes in life, is understanding that everything has a reason, everything is meant for a reason, nothing is just as it is. So this person definitely does believe in something. Now you also got this Cancer energy, the doula, to describe this person's personality. And I will move to the appearance as well, the dynamic between you two, obstacles that you will be facing, your love story, of course. But right now with Cancer, this could mean that this person could be Cancer as well. That's a water sign. And I mean, in this card, you see this person palms up with water on the bottom. It's like when she is in her element, when he's in his element, he realizes that he has power over the flow of things in his life. So this is why I'm saying that this person, regardless if he or she's religious or not, this person believes in something. This person does not believe of like, oh, life is just like it is. Like, I have no way of controlling the outcome or controlling my life. No, this person believes that we are a power of controlling and changing the flow of our life. And when Cancer as well, this person is pretty nurturing, I will say, very loving. But I do have this feeling that this person only shows that aspect of himself or herself once that you have won their trust, because the High Priestess, Murshida, doesn't even tell you her secret, doesn't open up until she trusts you. And she, like I said, she's a walking like lie detector, and she can call it when someone is just talking BS, and or pretending to be someone that they're not. And because the High Priestess is someone, because she's so accepting of both the shadow and the light energy, he or she, right? So they're both they're this person that is your greatest love, he's so accepting of your shadow or your light energy, both of them, like the ugliness and the good. They will want and request from you to show up that way, to show up without mask. And this is the thing, like if you don't, they're not going to open up, and it's only until you do that they will open up. Because I also feel like they're so not judgmental, because when you fall in love with a High Priestess, like that's their main personality, they, like I said, they understand that you cannot be all good or all evil. You have to be a little bit of both, that we all carry both. And we all have a past, and I feel like this is the perfect person to talk about things that you haven't dealt with. I also feel like this person could be the best like psychologist as well, like within your relationship. Not much about telling you what to do, but allowing you to be and open yourself and talk about things that you have never dared, because you really realize that this person is non-judgmental and accepts everything that you are. And with the Cancer energy, that also is a very motherly energy, like I said, very nurturing, and it's one that when Cancer energy is very present in a person, they're also the best to make a house feel like homey, or an apartment feeling homey as well. So that will also be a plus. This person always wants comfort inside of the house. And now also house 9 for this person's personality. Now this is talking, as I'm saying house 9, I'm looking at the clock right now, because I always like look at how long the videos, I keep track of like how long I have been talking for, and it said 9 minutes. So with the 9th house, this is, so number 9 may be very important for this person. Maybe this person was born in September, so month number 9, or number 9 of any month, right? Like 9 of November. But number 9, this house belongs to Sagittarius. That's a fire element, and so we're getting a bit of water, a bit of fire. And fire and water, that is the most creative, dynamic, intuitive duo that you can ever find in a person. So a 9 is all about adventure and seeking. It's all about like this person does prioritize the 9th house of his life, because in astrology each house represents an area of his life or their life. So for someone to their personality be heavily dominated by house 9, that means that for them traveling, exploring, seeking new experiences, being open to new ways of thinking, new religions is very important. And I just feel like if you two are like from different religions, this person will be genuinely curious about your own religion, your culture. I also feel like this person is very open to be dating foreigners as well. So I also feel like this could be a mixed racial couple as well. It's like for them, differences are beautiful. Like for this person, they are like a nomad in their mind. Even if they don't travel much, they're so open and accepting of other people's cultures, other people's languages, other people with doing things, tradition, like religions, and they're so interested always to like know more and know more about you and others. And so this type of person, I feel like if you are from different religions or different cultural backgrounds, I wouldn't worry so much, because I'm sure your parents, your family will accept this person, because this person is eager to learn, and that is always something very beautiful. Now there's also the Pisces energy. That's another water sign, so very strong water element in here in this reading for your greatest love, the love of your life. And Pisces is a dreamy, a very intuitive as well, very mystical energy. So I do think that this person will have a very mystical vibe of their own. They're very compassionate and they're very empathetic, this Pisces energy, and they're very empathetic to the community experience, to the so if let's say this person, if there are stuff going on, like a war going on or conflict that is affecting a lot of people at the same time, this person is very empathetic to that situation. Now, when it comes to looks, I'm getting really long hair for if this person is a woman, and red hair as well. So this person could be a ginger. It could be ginger. Then I'm also getting like more like ginger, brown ginger, and more like brown blonde for both men and women, I will say. this is the appearance. Then also, I feel like this person could be much more conservative, because in both ways for a woman, like how they're being dressed is like long sleeves, and not showing so much. So this is religious, like religion aside, I do think that, you know, this person is much more conservative if this is a woman on the way she dresses. Could be also she's very classy. Now, like I said, ginger, hair, long, could be brown ginger, you know, like there's like that dark brown with red, and there's also like more like that red blonde. So those are like for women. Now for men, I'm saying like dark hair, brownish hair, but short in this case. Now when it comes to the physique, now that I'm asking for like the physical appearance, like the body on its own, on itself, definitely fit. I feel like, okay, what is happening is that they're telling me that this person, men mostly, they're very manual. They're very like hardworking persons. So you can see this person's back, like all muscle, and he's carrying like this 10 wands. And so it's a lot of weight for him, but this is telling me that like this person is very manual, is very hardworking. He's like the type of person that you know, if there is something to do, he's not gonna wait until everyone does their share to do it. Like he takes initiative, and he's someone, like I said, he doesn't shy away from manual work. So fixing a chair, fixing this, building a bed, something like that, he will do it. I'm getting like, as a man, this person is very responsible. Yeah. And but definitely this whole adventurous personality is there. And for a woman, seriously, 3 cards have come out where this woman is ginger, has red hair, or like this brownish red hair. So I do think that it doesn't mean that this person will be a natural ginger, but I do think that this person will have hints of red in his hair, in her hair, right? Okay, let's look at your story, obstacles, dynamic, etc. If you have made it to this point of the reading, then I will invite you to subscribe, to give it a like, to comment. When you leave a comment, I will really appreciate if you want to comment your pile, like just put the pile that you have picked. But if you want to comment about your experience and how this made so much sense, try not to put the pile number, because that could be affecting other people's experiences. Mainly when some people, they get very anxious when picking, and if they are the type of people that don't have discipline and they read the comments first, that will affect a lot their experience. So if you could be mindful and just, you know, either like just your pile or your experience or a thank you or an emoji will be lovely. Alrighty, so let's look at your love story, and I will be using a different deck. So I'll be using this deck for this part of the reading. So this is all about the story, your love story, okay? And this will let me know about, if this is linear, if this is not. Also, remember this is a general reading, so if you feel like you have met the one, if you have questions about your current relationship, if you want to know if this relationship is for your highest purpose, etc., or any other question, career related, or love related, anything at all, you can just go to tarotbyfernanda.com and book a reading with me, okay? But that's only once that you feel ready to do that. When you feel ready to genuinely listen to your angel's advice. Okay. So there is the Prince of Cups, which is represented by Tristan. You got this 3 of Coins. And the power for the story of your relationship, group number 1. So definitely, I feel like when you two meet, it's love at first sight for you. You really like each other a lot, and you have deep feelings for each other. And I can tell this because Tristan, I don't know if you know, like, or you have watched the movie, with Brad Pitt, and Tristan in this movie, he represents someone who falls in love, like deeply, madly falls in love with someone who's actually promised to his uncle. And he's a lover boy. He's definitely a lover boy, and I just, this type of dynamic, or this type of like story of your love story, is like right away, like you guys see each other, you can't explain it, but you just love each other, care so much about each other. And this could bring conflict, but you don't worry so much. So could be that maybe religious differences, could be like family differences, tradition, like maybe you come from different backgrounds. Maybe there could be like a reason why you two don't make sense. Could be like one of you is a highly fashionable person and the other person is a nerd, let's say, when you two first meet. And the thing is, really, there's not such a thing as an issue. It's just like humans like to create like issues in their mind of like, we're different religions, we are this. So I'm not saying that your angels say that this was an issue to begin with, but that you created one, or that you believe there was like a big difference in like an impossible love, maybe. And with this Prince of Cups as well, the courting was very clear, like the courting one another, the all these romantic gestures were there from the beginning, okay? So that's part of the story of your like the love of your life, whether you have already met this person, you just met this person, or you're meeting this person in the future. Just know that one of the clues of like this is the one is like right away. This does not start as friends. This is not starting as coworkers. This is not starting as one wants the other but the other doesn't want them back. No, no, no. Both of you like each other. Both of you court each other. There's so many romantic gestures. So this type of connection is like this person buys you things right away, takes you to dinner, whatever romantic gestures mean for you. That is what happens, okay? Because it's different everywhere. I mean, in Mexico, we have this thing of like mariachi, so people have to bring you like, you know, a serenade. So it depends of like cultural backgrounds. Courting could be very different, okay? Now with the Three of Coins in the middle, this can mean different things for each of you. For like, for the Three of Coins, this could mean that some of you actually change your status from relationship to friendship. Some of you could have gone different paths. Some of you could have needed a third party come into your relationship to work things out. And this could be in a very positive way or in a negative way. And this is positive way will be like you guys having a like taking couple therapy, right? Or one of you is taking therapy to better like themselves, to be more self-aware in your decisions and better the relationship. And for others, this could mean that there was a level of betrayal, or someone else came into your relationship and took the attention away, either from you or from your partner. And so this is, we're talking about third party coming in, whether it was positive or negative. And so this could also mean for some of you kind of some time apart in this relationship, maybe even like no contact in this connection, because even though the Three of Coins usually it is all about teamwork, in this specific connection, this really reminds me of the Tower. And the Tower in this deck is all about solitude and feeling alone even when you're with the other person. So this could be like maybe there's too many challenges or many two differences to work through to begin with in the middle of the relationship. Some of you will stay really steady, while some of you would actually part ways for a bit. But I would say that majority of you, the 70% of you, would actually stay together throughout the relationship. Now with the Power couple, at the very end of this card, this is telling me that this is actually like a very happy ending, because your greatest love or the love of your life may not be the person that you end up with, right? And if that's not the ending you want, you can always adjust your energy. In this case, you actually are together. This card represents Aries energy. This is this is the Emperor, this is power, this is leadership. And I just think that you two work together really, 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 really well. Yeah, you two will like make it work, and I think it's both of you need to put a lot of effort. But at the end of the day, you will be like a point of reference, like that couple that is a point of reference for other couples, and it's like, how do you make it work? Like we had similar issues, like we did this and that, and it didn't work. And I feel that you could be a point of reference, and I'm just thinking that it takes a lot of will for you to be together, a lot of like sense of responsibility. And I'm saying this because Arthur and Guinevere, I remember their story a bit, and I do remember that what's the name of the magician? Can't remember, but Arthur was really like friends with this magician that I can't remember his name, and he told him that if he were to marry this other person, he will be very, 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 very happy. But Arthur was so set on Guinevere, so he married her, even though he was already told that he would be like more in love and happier in a way with this other person that was actually meant for him, something like that. Now, I'm not saying that, I mean, your greatest love is not your soulmate. I'm just saying that in this scenario, Arthur kind of didn't listen to even even if his best friend told him about like, I think that you could be happier with another person, and he didn't listen because once that he made a decision, he knew that he wanted to stay with this person. So this is telling me that maybe some of you will go through a lot of tests, but it really is not about what other people think about love, or they think about like what will be best for you, or it's more about you and your partner choosing each other over and over again every day and making it work. And this is why I feel like you become a point of reference for other people, because it's like, how do you achieve this, Now, let's look at some of the obstacles in your relationship, and then a bit about the dynamics. So some of the obstacles in your relationship. What are some of the biggest obstacles in your connection, in your relationship with your greatest love, with the love of your life? Okay. Illusion. Yeah. So you got the moon. Now, in this card, the moon is actually called illusion in this deck. Now, this is the story of Ivan and Odette, and this is about the black swan. And, the Lake of Swans, or that story about like how there are two identical swans, or something like that. And but the thing is with this card, the biggest challenge will be two things. The moon represents your deepest fears, insecurities, and that shadow work that has to be done. And I think that, I feel like your partner, the High Priestess, is really good at it. She or he. Maybe you, I think, that will be having a hard time, because the moon is like all that darkness, all that coming to the surface, and you having to realize that it does not determine who you are, but you do need to be aware of this, like accept this is mine. And the High Priestess being your partner, like your true love, I find that she or he already knows how to do shadow work. Like they already accept themselves, like the deepest, like the most obscure, like the most, like the darkest things, or the darkest facets of who they are as a person, they accept it already, and they're trying to be better. But I do think that you are not, and so all this shadow work could be very like intimidating, and that could be a big obstacle in your relationship. And another thing as well It's like this feeling of not being 100% sure if this is the right person or not for you. And the same thing is like he or she feels the same, like, is this the real person for me, or is this someone that looks like the real person, like it feels very similar but is not there yet. So I feel like there's that indecision as well. And then for contemplation as well, this is the Hermit. And I do think that could be you or him that feels that they need to be alone or by themselves to be able to grow as a person. I do think that sharing their space with someone is pretty challenging, either for you or for this other person, or for both of you. So there's that too. I think that not having that space, or like sometimes both of you want your own space, your own time, prefer to be alone, or one of you is very introverted and prefers to be alone, and that can be an obstacle or a challenge in your relationship, because I feel like maybe one wants to be alone from time to time while the other person doesn't, and so that could create a big obstacle in your relationship, or like a dynamic that is not ideal. Okay, so let me look at the dynamic of your connection when you two are together. Sun rays, this is beautiful because this is all about happiness. And then you also got slow down. So just feel like, when everything feels like it maybe has been a month that you have dated this person, but it feels like a year. So that's how like this person will, like the dynamic with this person will be. It's like you will realize that some people could be with the same person for 4 years and never feel such a deep love and enjoy each other's company so much like you have like done it in 4 months. You also have Cancer energy, so very nurturing energy between you two. I feel like it's all happiness and laughs, and you also got the Moon, which also belongs to the energy of Cancer and the 4th house. So definitely that 4th house is very important for both of you. Maybe it could be that you bring a lot of like family matters in your relationship, in a good way. But maybe both of you come from big families, or both of you come from small families. Like both of you, family is very important in your relationship. And I think whether having kids or whether it's like your parents and your siblings, it's like you are marrying each other, or you're being with each other, but you are also marrying your husband's family. And I think that based on culture, like I know that is not so much the case in other places. Like Mexican culture can be very different from like when I was in Canada. Like it's very different, but in Mexican culture it's like family is always in your business, and so you need to pick a partner very well, because you want your partner to be also like your parents' friends and your siblings' friends, and like for even your husband to be able to hang out with them without you, if you are running late. And it's just because we have big families, and for us, we're always in everyone's business in a way. Our grandparents are always in our business as well. So I feel like for a lot of you, family, it's a big topic in here, and I can, this could be cultural. And now also with Mars, this is, you are a couple that takes action on, I think, any issues you have right away. And also you two are always in movement. So I like this because it's like both of you are doing something with your life. And I don't mean work. It's just, not both of you have to work. It's just that both of you have something to do. And I just think that this is so much, like there's so much happiness in your connection, in this dynamic. And it's a very happy, relaxing, nurturing energy in this connection. So yeah, group number 1, I really hope that this reading was useful to you, and remember to give it a like, to leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. Now I got your card over here, but before we start, I just want to make sure that you are self-aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. And then if at any point you actually wish to know more about your current relationship, your greatest love, maybe you're choosing between two people, you want to know what is for your highest good, or maybe you have a career question, whatever it is, then I will always recommend when something is really important to you, and you are depending on that to make a decision, to get a private reading from anyone, if it's me or if it's anyone else. But whenever it's something that you want to hear to make a decision, then a private tarot reading is recommended. Now that said, you already know tarotbyfernanda.com, and if you ever need a private reading. So let's start with your reading group number 2. And you got the card, a doll, number 11. This is represents justice. So this is the personality of your greatest love. So this is the love of your life, okay? So I'm going to start with the personality, then moving to appearance, physical appearance, and then I will move to your love story, obstacles you will face, and the dynamic of this connection, okay? And remember that your highest love, well, not your highest love, the love of your life, because love of your life and the highest love is very different. So the love of your life could be someone that you already met, someone you're meeting, or someone you just met. And so look for clues. I'm gonna try to be as specific as possible. And yeah, with this person, justice represents Libra. So this person could be a Libra, but mainly let me tell you about his personality or her personality. This person is just, is very fair. They love honesty, and they're they're very noble in the way of doing things. And I just feel like it will be really hard for this type of person to cheat like someone in a game or something like that, because they're all about fairness and they're also all about equality. And with justice being like the personality of that, the love of your life, I feel like this person also has very strong boundaries, because it's like the type of person that says, I told you, like, I'm gonna tell you right away my boundaries, tell you this is something I'm okay with and this is something I will never be okay with. And I feel like this person will have a very hard time to forgive, because they're very upfront. I feel like this person, the love of your life, is a great communicator. I think he's also very polite, very diplomatic as well. He gets along with everyone. Like, he's very liked. And that is a Libra thing of, like, when someone has a lot of Libra energy in them, they know how to create connections, networking. It doesn't mean that they're extroverted, but it means that it's very easy for them to connect with people and be very diplomatic. They're very good to, like, if something is getting out of hand, like a discussion, they're gonna bring it down. They're not gonna let it escalate. And they're also the person that they're always playing like that middle person of, like, okay, what is it that's bothering you? What is it that is bothering you? Okay, can we come into like a compromise? So this person is always trying to bring harmony in everyone's lives, in everyone's situations. So like I said, he's very diplomatic, or she's very diplomatic, and knows how to bring the stress to a very low level and de-escalate a situation. But that said, I feel like their boundaries are very set, and they're going to be the type of person that tells you, I told you that I'm not okay with you looking on like getting into my phone or logging into my Facebook without my consentment. Like, this is a violation of my rights. And you will be like, why are you being so serious? Like, if you're used to do those things to others and no one has ever said anything. But this person, I really feel like he or she will only say things once, and they're not gonna say it twice. And once that you disappoint them, or once that they feel like you're violating their space, their rights, their way of seeing things, it's gonna be a goodbye. Like, they're not gonna put up with nonsense. And so yeah, that's something that is very clear about this person. I also feel like this person really, for him or her, is really easy, or they love to protect others, like to be the spokesperson for other people that cannot speak for themselves. See if there's anything else about them as well. Okay, there is Aquarius energy. There we go. So this is the second card that represents air element. So air zodiac signs is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So I'll say that it's very likely that the love of your life is an air sign, whether it's sun, moon, or ascendant. Okay, Aquarius energy represents someone who's very unique in their way of being. They're very experimental. They're very liberal as well. So they are, I'll say that they are like very modern. So if this is a woman, this is a very modern woman. If this is a man, this is a very modern man. So also with a lot of air energy, because air represents the future, right? It's a futuristic energy. So when someone has a lot of air in them, they're thinkers and they think of things way ahead of their time. So also their fashion style could be way ahead of their time. So this person could have a very particular way of dressing, of like dressing themselves, or like could be, let's say, like blue hair, and it's like you don't usually see that, or like tattoos over here on a woman. It's like not something you really see that often. Pixie cut on a woman, let's say. And if this is a man, it's like I'm trying to think of like very like unique ways of dressing, and it doesn't mean that it has to be like in that direction. Could be someone very like that dresses very classy, but they want to stand out. This is the thing with Aquarius, is like they have this thing of not wanting to be like everyone else. This is the thing with Aquarius, and this is also why they're called the aliens of the zodiac sign, because they are not humans. They are very peculiar, and I will say in my experience, and how this is part of my view of how I see Aquarius, is that they're very weird. And no offense on any Aquarius that, if you guys are watching me, Aquarius has a lot of really positive things. It's just, for me, it's very easy to spot one, because I know right away if they're acting really odd and weird and they don't care. You know, they could be at a club and they don't care how they're dancing. They don't care if they're looking weird or odd. And they're not like high, they're not like on alcohol, like they're none of that. And they're just like being themselves. I'm like, that is an Aquarius, or that person has the very strong Aquarius energy in themselves. And so I just feel like that's the way of I can spot right away an Aquarius, for, or at least for me. And so I feel like this person, you will soon realize that he or she doesn't care about what people think of themselves, of them. Like they don't think about what is other people's perception of them. And that, you know, that could also mean that they could have very like out of the box careers, because they just told me that some of them could have really like careers that you have never heard of. Also, because there's a lot of air energy, this person could be a scientist, a really big nerd. Could be also a lot of Aquarius energy. This could be very humanitarian energy, so someone that wants to help others, and so they will be working at big organizations like, you know, a dog shelter, maybe breast cancer, like something that is meant to help those that cannot help themselves. And so this person in the light energy, if it's like he is self-aware of himself, he will help others from with the right intention. But for others, this could be like a hero complex, right? Of like always trying to save those that can't help themselves. But that is a very wrong way of seeing things, because everyone can help themselves. When we help someone, we do it for themselves. We're pretty much telling them, I don't believe you can do it, so I'm going to have to do it for you. and could be true, but we have to find a middle point. And this person, a big helper, he's a sucker for people that need help. That this person could also really work in politics, I think. He's very radical, he's very futuristic on his way of thinking, and I feel like he's, because of that edgy and detached way of like, I don't care what people think, even if I look so intense fighting for human rights or animal rights or whatever it is, I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, this person is resilient. Now also there's Pisces energy, and Pisces in this specific case, I feel like it's talking a bit more about like about that humanitarian side of like this special love for animals, or this very empathetic side of him or her that makes her feel for others very deeply. And let me see if they want to give me a zodiac sign other than the ones that they gave me. Which one would it be for the majority of you? Because we have gotten Pisces, Aquarius, and Libra so far for the personality. Okay, I'm gonna ask once last time if you want to give me a zodiac sign, or I will stay with this three. Is there another zodiac sign that you want to give me? Aries. Okay, so far we got Aquarius, Libra, Pisces, and Aries as zodiac signs that are very present in this reading. Okay, the other two cards that came out were not zodiac signs, so just letting you know, that's why I didn't take them. Alrighty, so now let's look at the love story. So your love story of the greatest love, and this will like help me understand how this even start. Does this start as a friendship? Does it start as, a romantic connection right away? How does this even start, like, between you two, and how does it end as well, right? Or is there an ending? So we got innocence. All right. Now also, this is a perfect time if you wish to support this channel. If you have made it to this point of the reading, I would really appreciate if you could give it a like. If you can subscribe, just subscribe will be amazing. Leaving a comment, and just be careful when you leave a comment. If it could be like literally just an emoji or a thanks, or hey, I chose pile number 2. But if you want to put like a bunch of details and share your experience, which I love, I seriously love that. Do not put the pile number, because sometimes that could confuse a lot of anxious people that they don't have like the discipline to pick first before reading the comments, and that can a bit mess up their experience when choosing a pile. Okay. Alrighty. There's a lot of earth energies in here as well. So you have innocence as the beginning of this connection, and this is definitely telling me that your connection was like a first time type of thing. And what I mean by that is this person could be your first boyfriend, your first girlfriend, the first person you lost something with, the first person that you had a deep connection with, maybe a sexual connection with, the first person that you truly loved. Right? So you could have had like boyfriends in high school, but then really it was not until university that you genuinely fell in love with someone. And you also have this 5 of coins in the middle and the 10 of coins at the end, and this is beautiful. So okay, like I said, with this whole innocence, I feel like also this could be that even if you have had a lot of boyfriends or girlfriends, you never knew what a real relationship was or real love was. And I just feel like this is telling me that you were new at a lot of things. Like, oh, I didn't know that calling each other all the time was not okay. Like, oh, I didn't know that we have respect each other's like privacy, like your phone, your email, your Facebook. Oh, I didn't know that actually this means a relationship, like holding each other's hand, not hiding. Could be like an example, right? Let's say that you did date a lot of people, but they were always making you like, they were always hiding you, or they were always dating someone else, and then you were the other woman, let's say. So even though you have already slept with other people, you have already dated other people, really innocence will portray your like inexperience in a real relationship with someone that actually cares about you. So definitely you too, there's something new about it, something this lack of expertise in something when you two come together. This could also mean, let's say, if you met in university on the first year of university or something like that, so you two were new at something at the same time. Now, with this Five of Coins in the middle, this is a lot of, I feel like, insecurities happening in your relationship, and this could definitely mean no contact for a lot of you. And with the no contact, but with Five of Coins, because coins represents years. It's like the one of the slowest energies in Tauro. When it's Tauro related, Earth is the slowest energy. When it comes to astrology, water is the slowest energy. Okay, just in case that sometimes I say something different, just know that when I'm looking at cards, really, Five of Coins, this is no contact, like zero contact for years, you two, or having a lot of trouble in this connection for a very long time. With this Five of Coins, you see this woman, it's winter, she's trying to protect this baby, and she's by herself. You know, she is, of course, in distress. There doesn't seem to be like a house or something nearby, and she's by herself, and like she's trying to protect this baby as much as possible from the cold, from this winter. And it's like, you know, looking at this card is like the lack of tools, or the lack of like maybe money or something, you know, the lack of resources for her to genuinely really protect this baby. Because you're like, when you look at this picture, you're like, okay, why is there not a real code like around this baby, or why is this baby even outside, like why is she even outside? So this is kind of portraying the lack of resources from this person, or tools. And this is, you know, also representing like if she cannot be inside of a house, it's for a reason. So she has been shut out, or she's fleeing. So it just seems like your connection comes in distress, and maybe a lot of you had zero contact with this person. Okay, I will say that 80% of you have no contact with this person. You two are not together whatsoever. Some of you could be going through a very rough patch. Maybe some of you could, some of you, this person, you could be a single mom, single dad, and you are not together. But your greatest love is with this person, with the father of your kid. Or he may not be the dad of your kid, but could be that you two are not together, and then you become a mom, and you're still not in a relationship, a committed relationship. And so there's this stress of like, there's this feeling of one of you or both of you feel not prepared, not ready, not good enough, feel shut out, feel very insecure, maybe are having money issues, health issues. And so it's really hard to take the right decisions, or even see the world in a positive way when you are in this energy. Okay, but then we have the 10 of Coins for your story. I don't know how long it will take. Could be a very long time because it's 5 of Coins, but this could be years. But this is talking about reconnecting, and actually more than that, with the 10 of Coins, this is a committed relationship, and this is coins in this case. With this 10 of Coins, you see how the doors are opening, the gates are opening, and there's like a castle. And in here, there's not even a house in view. So it's like, I feel like your finances as a couple, or you as a person, will better so much. There will be it will be a time that you two have more confidence, you reunite, but also that you can commit long term. So there's that word commitment, because the 10 of Coins is, yes, about marriage, but kind of like a commitment of like what's better for your family, what's better for your kids, what's better for you as a partnership. Not necessarily just focusing on happiness, because the Coins is not focusing on happiness, but longevity of like, how can we be stronger? So you know how sometimes some families they stay together, and it's not so much because they're the more in love or balanced people, but because divorce is not an option, or because they believe that together was stronger. So there's a lot of like could be tradition, religion, reasons, but there's this feeling of like at this time of your life you're committed to be together long term, making it work, being patient, putting the work, being present. And also, I feel like your financial situation is much better when this happened for both of you. It could also mean that both of you have your own family by then, have your own kids, and then you just bring both families together. And it's like because there's this thing about tradition and family like going on. Yeah. So there's definitely, I feel like, a happy ending for both of you. Okay, what are some of the, you know, the obstacles in this relationship, in this connection? And like I have mentioned also in the past, if you are using it as the pick of cards to make a decision, an important decision, if this is something that is important for you, that has value to you, I always recommend private readings, okay, from a trusted tarot reader, because when it's just about like entertainment and like wanting to know things, fine. But when you're at a turning point of like making an important decision, I really think you should listen to your angels' messages, not just the general, like the yeah. So you got the Queen of Arrows and Grace. Mm-hmm. Second chances is a challenge for you too. Yeah. Second chances, and I feel like it's like it's not what you do but why you're doing it. And I feel like you or both of you don't have a very hard time with second chances because you don't want to look like a fool. And I feel like the thinking behind it is more about like also like revenge than like a genuine, like one thing is like I'm not taking you back because who I am doesn't resonate with who you are anymore. And something else is I love you. I know that you have changed. Like I can tell it has been years. We're different people, but I'm not taking you back because I want you to suffer the same way that I suffered back then. You get it? Like on both scenarios, you're not together, but the intention behind the reason why you're not together is very different. So I feel like with this Queen of Arrows, there's a sense of like wanting to revenge or holding a grudge and like not wanting to give a second chance, like giving grace to someone, giving grace to your situation, giving grace to the fact that you were very young or very inexperienced when you two were together. And so that is one of your biggest obstacles in your relationship for you two to be together. That said, let me ask about just very quick the dynamic in your connection. And so I'll leave this here. There is no barking today. I love it. Some of you know that I just rescued a puppy from the street, and she just barks a lot. But now I'm training her more and more, and like she's not barking as much anymore, and she's used to her crate at this point. Okay, so you got the base chakra, you got fun. So this root chakra. Okay. There is like physical sexual connection between you two, but like there's this thing, okay, what they're telling me is you two There's something here about sexual energy, but not like, oh, like you two really connect physically. You do, but your angels wants to bring awareness into this whole thing of, how when you sleep with someone, that energy stays with you for a very long time. Mainly if you are a woman, it does stay with you for 7 years. There's just something about like you two connect so well because of your similar fears, there's something that you realize that more than the craving for that like sexual act is like you want to connect in that way because there's something so similar about you two that it's like a safe place or you connect more than like that love and intimate thing. I don't know, there's just saying because the base chakra and the root chakra also, if we have been very like traumatized as a kid or we had really like really hard experiences, we may be in flight or fight mode at times. And with this person, maybe the sexual element brought a lot of healing for you. There is the ninth house, Virgo, energy, Virgo, and the ninth house. So the ninth house is an area that will become an aspect of your life that will become very important as a result of being with this person. So what I mean is, when you marry someone, when you date someone, whoever your partner is, it will determine so much, it will influence so much your level of ambition, your finances, the way you dress, your priorities, the way you eat, your fitness, everything. And it's true because you spend a lot of time with this person and they have a big influence on you. With the ninth house, in astrology, everything is divided in 12 houses, and the ninth house is a specific area of our life. So this means that this is what your relationship would prioritize. And the ninth house is all about adventure. It's all about traveling. It's all about seeking for new adventures, for new experiences. It's the nomadic energy as well. It's like the Indiana Jones energy as well because it's a Sagittarius. The ninth house as well is very open to new cultures, to foreigners, to new traditions, to new religions, just to learn about them. And so also could be like a love for philosophy, a love to learn about places. Even if you don't travel much, both of you have a common interest of like learning more about different countries, learning a new language. And I think that you two support each other very well in that sense. This could also mean camping, going outdoors a lot. This exploring, seeking part is very present in here. And then with the Virgo energy, now Virgo is very methodical, it's the alchemist, is very refined and very clean as well. So I feel like this being also part of your relationship energy, I do think if you two coexist together in the same house, it will be very clean, it will be very organized. One of you could be very interested in natural essences or natural things, natural herbs, and may actually have like apothecary, in the house. I had an apple. That's all I had today, to stay up, and but yeah, and then fun. Let me ask about this. Yeah, everything goes so fast in your relationship. Everything feels so new. Everything feels so intense, and also it's like you have waited all your life to feel so alive. And I just think that the thing is with this person, you too feel so alive. And I think that this will be a feeling that you may be in love with other people, but feeling so alive with other people, this is why this is the love of your life. So that said, group number 2, thank you so much for your presence, for your energy, for your good vibes, always your support, and I'll see you on the next pick card. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. Now I'm going to start with the personality of your greatest love, of the love of your life, and I will then move to the physical appearance, the story, your love story, your dynamic as well as a couple, and the obstacles as well that you can expect in this, like the great story of your life. But also, all of this is so you can identify if you have already met this person, you maybe just met this person, or you, when you meet this person, you could identify this person better. Okay, so let's start with your reading, and also just reminding you that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. And yeah, let's start with your reading. You got Salik, and this is number 0. This is actually the Fool in Taureau. And you can see this person, this woman, she's looking up. She actually has her eyes closed. She doesn't need to have them open. And she's being guided somehow. But she's also like at the very end of a cliff, in a way, a sand cliff. And so the Fool being like one part of the main personality of this person, of like the love of your life, he or she is someone who's very daring, someone who thinks only about the present, not the past, not so much about the future. I feel like this person is very optimistic as well. This person is very optimistic, trusting as well. So he could be or she could be too trusting at times. So it depends of how much of this energy, like if this person is walking the earth being self-aware, then that person has done a lot of shadow work. So in that case, that person is trusting but is not stupid. But if this person hasn't done their shadow work, then when you meet them, you could feel like, okay, you cannot be trusted. Like you feel like you have to watch him or her all the time because they're too trusting at times. I do also think that this person, you're going to realize that they experience a lot of luck in their life, and there's just flow, and sometimes we wonder why everything is flowing in this person's life. The thing with the Fool is like, because they don't carry a big luggage, they don't carry the past with them, they're really living in the moment, and they're like, I feel like dogs, you know, like a dog yesterday is forgotten. And dogs as well, they could be like barking so much, or they could be very afraid about something, and you distract them, and they finally like completely forget what was going on, and they could be like sitting down and playing like the minute after. And so I feel like it's more of like that dog energy of like living in the present and not holding things against oneself. And but this, if this is a shadow energy, then that also means that this person doesn't learn from his mistakes, right? Now, this person, I feel like, has a lot of luck and is really protected by their angels. Has this very young, adventurous energy as well. And I feel like having roots for him or her is more optional. They're like free spirits, and they like to travel, they like to explore things, explore places, and they're very open-minded because they think that they're also the type of person that someone could talk BS about someone, and they will still give a chance to that person to like give their version. Like they're not going to change their mind just because someone said something. Like they're very open-minded, and they're really like, also feel like they're not judgmental. They don't get into like much gossiping, they don't get into trouble because they don't care about that. They're really like a free spirit, and they like to not have big expectations, so people don't have high expectations on them either. There's this Aquarius energy, the 11th house, which is also Aquarius energy. So there's 2 Aquarius energy, and there's Virgo in here. So this person with so much Aquarius energy, then scratch that. This person, just scratch the whole thing that I said about he doesn't look at the future. He doesn't think so much about worrying about the future. Yeah, he doesn't. But he's a very futuristic person. He's very smart, she's very smart, they're very clever. This could be like someone who's a researcher, he's just really smart, but he may not like stay at the same job all the time, and he switches. So this person just this whole the Fool, which will be lack of consistency, could be like this mix could be like this person is a genius. Like this person thinks very fast, doesn't want have any attachment, so he could be changing jobs all the time. He could be neurotic at times, like he could seem like that. He thinks very fast, he speaks very fast, he's very edgy, he's very creative. He needs to be building something or leaving something behind for the highest good or for the community. He is very rebellious. He doesn't like to listen to authority at all. So he's someone who will question everything as well. So already I can tell that everything that happened in 2020, this person will question it. Will be like, but who said? But why would I? You know? And so this person, yeah, he is a thinker and he will question everything in the world and make his own decisions. He really doesn't like authority. He doesn't like anyone telling him what to do. With this very strong Aquarius energy, this could also be someone who loves to go to festivals, to raves, likes to go to those events where there's so many people. So could love to go to the movies, could love to go to raves, to concerts as well. Huh. Sorry. And they always like to be around other people. I feel like they don't attach to others as much, but they want to always be around others. They don't like to be by themselves. Like they feed from other people's energy. That's something they do. Then there's also this Virgo energy. So I just feel like this person is a futuristic, genius, control freak in a way. So with this Virgo energy, with so much Aquarius energy, which is very like peculiar, weird at times. Aquarius is like very weird. No offense, I'm telling you, just like when you say Scorpios are very intense. Yeah, we are. So what I like about Aquarius is that I can spot right away when someone is an Aquarius, because as I was saying on pile number 2, because Aquarius energy came out not as strong as you, as in this case, but it came out as well. I can right away tell someone is an Aquarius if they don't care what people think. You can see them at a club, at a restaurant, dancing, like they're not even drinking or smoking or anything, but they're just being themselves. And they're dressed very peculiar, or they don't know how to like smile necessarily or laugh, or they have a very specific laugh, but they don't care. Like you can tell they're very confident and okay with themselves. Or they could be like, like in Twilight, like Kristen Stewart, like she's like that. But it's like, even if they are weird, they don't stay at home. Like they still socially out. And I admire that, because a lot of us, when we're not confident, when we don't feel good in our bodies, when we, all of that, we just don't go out. And Aquarius, I just feel like they just give themselves the right to be themselves. And I really like that. So with that said, and then Virgo, I feel like very, like a lot of OCD, cleanliness, controlling everything how it is, a very specific look, way of dressing, way of like, could be like a lot of piercings, could be completely bald, let's say like a woman that is bald, humanitarian, of course. That's what they're giving me right now. And let me look at the appearance of this person, okay? Can you give me the appearance of this person? The Fool comes out again. This is beautiful. So definitely, I feel like could be someone that doesn't put too much thought into, like, it's not that they don't put too much thought. I feel like it's more like those people that could spend an hour in the bathroom getting ready, but then they come out and their hair is like all a mess, but they have wax and gel and a lot of things on their hair. And it's like organized mess, like very Virgo energy of like organized, methodical mess. There's all types of hair. There's actually like light ginger, there's brown, there's dark, brown, like black. There's also beard. So okay, so there's two looks in here. Because there for men there's that boyish look of like no beard whatsoever, very clean face. And you also have those that have like from here to here, right? Um, Physically, they're not necessarily like fit or big. Um, it's a pretty slim body, I would say. So they could be tall, they could be not so tall. Like they could be short or tall, but they're regardless of their height, they are slim. Like they have a good body, but it's slim. It's not like a big body or like gym rat. No. Um, so there's two. Like I said, there's that look of like a beard, and then the other ones, the ones that have a clean cut, clean look, they have a very girlish. If this is a man, they have a very like delicate girlish look. Like they look like a man. It's just that they're very like clean. They have a very beautiful face. They're like handsome. And they're like slim. So they're not like big body at all, or they're not thick in that way. Okay. Now let's look at your love story, okay? And if you have made it to this point of the reading, I'll really appreciate if you could subscribe right now, making sure to also turn on the notification so you don't miss any of my pick-up cards. And you can also give it a like, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, just make sure to either put the pile or the details, because when you put the pile and the details of like your experience or whether you liked it or not, that could have an impact on people that have not necessarily a lot of self-discipline of like picking a pile first before reading the comments. So it could impact their experience. So King of Cups. And also if you want to if you're listening to tarot readings for the purpose of making a decision, an important decision, that's not something I will ever recommend when it comes to pick-up cards. You need a private reading, because pick-up cards are perfect when you just are curious to know about things, and you know it's for entertainment purposes, and you're like, let me just like know about this, you know, just listening to. But if it's because you're like, I want to know if the person I'm with is my greatest love, because I'm thinking I'm going to leave him, or I'm going to, leave her. And so when it comes to decision making, 100% you need a private reading. General readings are just not good enough. So from a trusted tarot reading, whether it's me, someone else, just make that investment in yourself and in your decision if you find value in your decision making, of course. Alrighty, so you got this King of Cups, Balance, which is Temperance, and the King of Arrows. Okay, I feel like there's two paths in here. There are two paths for you, or for him, for her. I feel like what I'm getting more than the story of like beginning to ending, I'm seeing a dilemma in here. And the dilemma is that when you meet this person, you want a type of person. And you're the kind of person that attracts this person. But through time, I don't know if it's he changes or you change. But I just feel like the nature of the person, or whether it's you or your greatest love, dramatically changes. And this person turns into someone who is still good, but you may not resonate with this person so much anymore. And so you're in a big dilemma. Because I have this feeling like there could be another option for you. Like like if, I know that this is all about your greatest love, about the love of your life, but is it weird to say that we could say that someone is the lover of our life, but we're gonna pick someone else because that other love makes more sense to us? I've never been in that situation. Or it could be that you have two greatest love in your life, and it's like more of a matter of like picking which one you want, because I feel like there's two paths. The Two of Swords hasn't come out, but I just feel like it's that type of energy when there's two paths, two pathways, and they both lead you to the same place. So like your purpose, but one goes this way and the other this way. Both will lead you to the right place of being authentic to yourself and be true to yourself. But both of them can offer you very different lifestyles. So let's say if you marry a farmer that you're so in love with, will give you a different lifestyle that you love a city person that works in corporate. Okay, so both of them could provide food for you. If you are a woman, heterosexual woman, that a straight woman, and that you look for a man that provides for you, let's say. So both of them will provide to you, and it's not about the money, it's about the lifestyle. One of them, you will wake up much earlier maybe because he has to go and wake up and milk the cows, and your lifestyle will be very different from like living in the city with someone who is a corporate person. So it's more about, I feel like it's about you choosing which greatest love you're gonna choose, because both of those people, you love them so much, but they will give you very different lives. And for a majority of you, I find that the two differences are these two kings. One person is a very loving, emotional, stable person. Prioritize emotional work, shadow work, very empathetic to others, very nurturing, very loving, and romantic, has a lot of gestures. And the other person cares more about education, maybe has more of like a humanitarian purpose, has a lot of responsibility, could be much more methodical and cold, a decision taker for sure, a leader, but I just feel like his energy is much more cold, has a lot of more responsibility on his back. And so that sometimes he will have to make calls that will affect you, but he has to think of the highest good, and sometimes it won't be you. So you already know that you cannot be his number one. Like there's some people that they will drop everything for you. They will even kill the entire universe just to save you. And there's other people that will look for the highest good, even if that means like not putting you first, not putting your kids first. And it really depends if like that's something you're okay with. Like even like I have always said I will not marry a soldier, someone who's in the Navy or in the army. And it's no shade whatsoever, just for me, how I love people and how I wish to be loved is not, I don't want someone who can drop everything for me, but I do want someone who cares enough for me and our future family for him not to die. That one thing, there are two different feelings: dying for someone and staying alive for someone. So both of them are noble, but they're very different. And some people, we don't want you to die for us, we want you to live for us. And so it's just like that dilemma. Let's say if I had that dilemma, I know, because I know myself, I know which one would I pick. And so I just feel like maybe you fell in love with someone that later on cannot give you what you're asking. Okay, so let's now look at the obstacles and then finish with the dynamic. And and when you book a private reading, this is what you can expect, but really, like information meant for you. And all I need for your reading, whenever you book a reading with me, and for majority of tarot readers, all we need is your name, your full name, but your birth name. So, it has to be your birth name, the name that was given to you, because that's also how your angels recognize you. Even if you tell yourself that now you call yourself this other name, it has to be your birth name. And also your date of birth. That's the two pieces of info that we need. So you got the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. Destiny is the biggest obstacle for you. And a past love. So I really feel like there's someone else in here that comes into the picture. Maybe also there may be an ex that comes back to your life, or someone from the past that comes back into your life. I really feel like this is type of like a two soulmates type of thing, or timing. And so destiny seems to be really an obstacle, because there's also, you need to understand that we can have such a strong love for someone and them not being our soulmate. And we have more than one soulmate, but soulmate love is very different from just like, love with someone who we do not share a soulmate contract with. And you can have the greatest love. But so destiny, I feel like that's what it's like telling me, like someone who you have a contract with comes back into your life, or comes into your life. And this is really making me think of there's this book by Paulo Coelho. It's called Brida, the Witch Brida, or something like that. And she meets two soulmates, but one has a big age difference. It's like, I don't remember how of a big age difference, maybe 30 years old. And she already had a boyfriend, and he is also a soulmate of hers. And the thing is, there's a big dilemma, because it's of like, okay, there's two soulmates. Which one do I pick? And so I feel like when they say destiny is one of the biggest challenges, obstacles in your relationship, it's just that. Because she already had a soulmate and a boyfriend, but then she meets a new soulmate. So she was destined to, because that soulmate is not only like a possible romantic soulmate, but he was also meant to teach her a lot of things in the magic world. And so he was meant to be a mentor. So destiny put him as a mentor, but at the same time he was a soulmate. So it's a decision that you will have to make on your own. And let me see, I feel like dynamic is not necessarily that needed anymore, but let me just ask. Trine, this is not a energy. Ascendant. I feel like both of you as a couple, you really worry or really think about how your relationship can affect the outer world. Aquarius energy comes out again, so at least one of you could be an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The Numinous. So for both of you, the way you express yourself, how you dress, how you show yourself to the world is really, really important. And I feel like both of you share that of like, want to show yourself very authentically, no matter what. You also got spiritual suffering and comparison. I really feel like this is like a dilemma of soulmates. This is going to be a dilemma of destiny versus what we want, destiny versus free will. And I think this is perfect for me to clarify free will. Free will is not a good thing. It's not like you have to always use your free will, and the more you use free will, the better your life is. We have a destiny for a reason. We have chosen when we were not anxious or stressed or had attachments to things or people. We chose a destiny and a purpose. And we created contracts with people ahead of time to make sure that we were fulfilling that destiny and we were being rerouted. So when we say I will use my free will, it means I don't give a F about what my soul chose. I believe with my human mind and my egocentric mind that I know better. And so I'm going to go with my free will. And so, like sometimes when something is so hard to even achieve and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and it's not the right thing for you, but you keep holding on to, or you keep being so stubborn, and then finally it happens. But then there's a part of you that always feels like my life was never meant to be like that. I was never meant to be here. I was never meant to all of this to be happening. And rerouting back, it takes a lot of humility, of humbleness, of being humble, and now being like, I will live the will up to God or to the universe, because and to the spirit, to my soul, because my ego made me go so far. So I think that will be such a tricky situation for you, of choosing which one is your free will choosing and which one is your soul, like which partner has your soul chosen for you already. So yeah, it will be tough. I think both of you will really share like share an interest in the mysterious stuff, like taboo topics, or like ovnis, like anything that is like hidden by the government, or like looking more into things that are not really public. You two share a very common interest about that. And sorry I did this, because I'm actually interested in those things. I just did this as a reaction, automatic reaction, but I'm interested in those topics too, like things that people don't publish, things that are not necessarily public, questioning things. So yeah, and that's something that you two are very interested. It could even go into the magical realm, learn about spirits, learn about the dimension, the different worlds and the different dimensions, and all of that. Like you two share a common interest. Okay, so group number 3, I really hope that this reading was helpful. I wish you the best in this difficult decision, and I know that you're capable. And like I said, if you ever need guidance from your angels, your direct angels and spirit guides, a tarot reading is really beneficial, okay? Because your angels and spirit guides want you to succeed. All right, I'll get going. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your beautiful energy, and I'll see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. If you pick this card, this is your reading. And first of all, just remember to only take what resonates and leave the rest. You are smart beings, and you should be able to be calm and at peace when you listen to this type of readings, and be able to identify when something is meant for you and when a part of this reading is not, okay? Now, that said, this is all about the love of your life, the greatest love of your life, and I'm going to give you tons of details to know whether you have already met this person, you just met this person, or when you meet this person, you will be able to identify him or her better, okay? So let's start with your reading. And your card is Kuwat. Number 8, this is the Strength card. And you can see this girl laughing. I think she's laughing. She's carrying a baby duck or a baby chick. And she's also like kind of sitting next to a lion. So the strength, really, this being the love of your life's personality, he or she, remember that I focus on energy, not on gender or age. So just apply it to, if you know that you are attracted to women or you're attracted to men, then just apply it to a man or a woman, okay? So this person is very strong, free spirit, I will say, but very strong character. She protects herself like, some people, they are good at protecting others but not themselves. Some's not, they're really good at protecting themselves but not to speak up for others. So she is someone who I think that it's just, you don't mess with her, you don't mess with him. They set boundaries very quick. And with the strength is someone who is highly creative, highly artistic, also with a very strong sexual drive as well. So that is a thing, because creativity and sexuality are, there's a correlation. So if you put your creativity in a box and don't allow yourself to be someone creative, then sexually you will also limit yourself in the same way that you're limiting your creativity. Then what else? Yeah, this person, she can be very soft, or he can be very soft, but yet strong. I feel like if this is a man, this person is like an alpha male, but yet can knows how to get around people. Like I feel like the strength card, yes, it is strength, but I feel like people that have a lot of this energy, they don't like to escalate issues, and they always feel like it's better not to use force, and instead they use their intelligence. So this is why you see this little girl like kind of, sitting next to a lion, and it's like, how did this girl even manage to sit next to this lion? And I think it's because of this purity of hers, and she is not coming to chase, to confront the lion, to hunt down the lion. She just wants to be around animals. She is just being her clever self, and I feel like because the lion can identify that, pureness of soul, he lets her be next to him. And so I just feel like you're someone very, like, this person is very strong, and I feel like people will be really eager to mentor him, because they don't see him as a threat. They don't see him as a threat because he knows how to approach people the right way. That's one thing. So when you meet this person, he probably will have a lot of mentors, or be like, hey, this, I really admire this person. Even if they have never met this person, they will really talk about the people, the podcast they listen to. Because also Leo energy is also this constant need of needing a mentor as well, of looking up, of having always a point of reference. And that's a very Leo thing. So if this person has such a strong Leo energy, that's what he will always do, look up to someone, and one day hope to become that person, and then they will look up to someone else, and they're always looking for mentors or a stamp of approval from others, from people they admire. Okay, also that means that this person is someone who shines. When they enter a room, there's just, they get a lot of attention from people, and I'm not saying like flirting, but it's just like, when this person is in the room. They're authentic in a way, like Leos are authentic, but I feel like it's very different from Aquarius energy, because Aquarius and Leos can be very authentic, but Aquarius, they could be weird and not care about what people think, and Leos are authentic, but they want to be liked by others. They want to be put on a pedestal. So sometimes, because of that need that comes from the ego, they could mold themselves in a way to be liked. This Leo energy as well represents very social people, so they love to be out and about, and it's confirmed even more with this ninth house and the ascendant, because the ascendant is all about the focus on how you are being perceived, how you express yourself, how you are, what is the body image, or like what you project to others, okay, the energy you project. So this being really important for this person, or being really important in a big part of his personality, then I feel like at times he or she may not dress authentically because of like, this is my personality, but more because this is what I want to project. So I really feel like this is the type of person that is fake it until you make it type of person. Fake it success until you actually make it. There is a level of ambition from this person, but with this ninth house, the ambition has also a lot to do with traveling, being free to travel, being free to be like working from abroad, maybe being a nomad, digital nomad. I feel like his ambition or her ambition is very rooted in the freedom that they can have. They don't want to be a slave of work. They're very adventurous, they're very open-minded, and they always seek to meet new people that could teach them new things. This person with the ninth house is also someone who could be very open to spirituality, to philosophy, to new religions, to foreigners, to learn a new language. Very open-minded to that, and really willing to travel. Now, because of the Leo energy and the ascendant, I feel like this person is not necessarily someone that will stay at hostels. This is someone that his ambition is to stay at a 5 stars hotel, that desires to stay in luxury, to be like, have an amazing experience and a luxurious experience. Okay, let me now look at the physical appearance, if they can give me anything about the physical appearance. One sec. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. So because also of this lion and now this card, this person could have a really beautiful like man, you know, even if it's a man, like it's not long hair, but a lot of hair, a lot of hair. Some of them could have like white hair already, so they could have like, you know, some people, they at 30 years old already have like white hair. I think that there's a condition, like I don't know what's called. So this could be woman or man, like this person has already gray hair from a very young age, or this could mean that your person is someone much older than you. Now, like a lot of hair, even like hair long, some of you, your person could have actually long hair, woman or man, you know, and have beard, like a beard. I feel like this person has a lot of hair. Physically very manly looking, muscles, yes. And I'm telling you, this is not something I said in every group because it's very different for every group. Okay, so some of you, there are some people that have a lot of hair and beard and like long hair. My voice is tired. Long hair and like muscles. But some of you, it's like either a lot of hair or bald. There's like no in between. And this, for you, this is, I think, the only couple that I see that really it's only like dark hair. And for men, it could be blondish brown, but not necessarily light hair or ginger. So black or white hair. That's pretty much the two options for both women and men. And either very fit and long hair, or kind of bald and more like average looking in the sense of like body wise, right? Let me see. I want to ask if they can give me appearance with this deck. Is there something else maybe you want to let me know about the person's appearance? He or she likes to wear long coats. Yeah. Black hair, dark hair, that's the thing for everyone, like both women and men. Yeah, dark hair. And very well dressed always. Like they really care about, like the vanity I think is in their hair. And if they're bald, I feel like you're gonna find out that they had long hair when they were younger. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at your love story, group number 4. And this is important because then it will be, you know, better to, it will be easier for you to identify who this person is and understand, the timeline of your relationship or your connection. So, real love story. Group number 4. Wisdom. Okay. So right away with this card, this is the High Priestess. The story behind this card that Sharasaid and Shariyar, I can't pronounce these names, but I don't know if you have ever, if you know Aladdin. Aladdin is only one of the many stories that you can find in this book of like 1001 nights, something like that. And it's like the story actually is rooted from this couple. Because what happens is that it's not a romantic beginning to begin. Like, it's not like that. It's not like they are in love with each other. And this is already telling me that this group, you two are actually not like a romantic couple right away, or there's not the same level of interest from both sides in the beginning, okay? And this is something that develops with time, and that's the same thing for this couple. It was something that develops with time, and it's like the man was ready to kill her because he had this thing going of like he got cheated by someone, and that he's the sultan and he got cheated by his partner, and so he swore not to like be in love again, and so every single day he'll marry a new person, and every single the next day he will kill that person and he will marry a new person, and so on. And so when this person volunteered this woman to marry him, she's very clever, and so she was like, she started like narrating a story to him at nighttime and will not finish it. And then the next day, the Sultan will be like, okay, well, I'm not going to kill her because I want her to continue the story. And then she will then finish the story and start a new one and not finish it, and so on. And so 1001 nights, she did that until he realized he could not kill her at this point, Like, she knew when it was the right time to be like, I have no more stories to tell you. Kill me if you want. But by then, the Sultan was in love with her. And I just feel like there's that mention of like one of you two was very clever and maybe was like, I'm okay with just being friends, or let's say that maybe there was a initial approach and one of you were like, no, you're not really necessarily what I picture. You won't say it like that, but it's more like, I really feel it's not what I picture, right? Maybe I do not picture physically you. I didn't picture someone at this point in my life. I don't know what it was, but it's just one of you is like, no, I mean, you can be around me, but just telling you it's not gonna be romantic or whatever, right? Or I'm going to leave like in 6 months for work, so don't expect after that to still be a relationship. And it just like seems like one of you is very clever, and it's like, yeah, it's very chill, and it's like, I'm not gonna hold it against you, and I'm not gonna let my ego take a hit because of this either. And so you two are together as friends or together as a relationship without like expiration date, something like that. And or like one of you is there waiting for the other to, that just got out of a relationship to feel better again. There's just something of like, it's not romantic right away, or one of you is not as invested as the other, but it doesn't matter because through time, there's this 10 of Cups. You two actually fall madly, deeply in love. So this initial beginning as well could reflect someone that you don't meet this person under a romantic setting. Like, this could be a friend, an acquaintance, something. But I really feel like one of you is not convinced, or both of you are not convinced, because it's like you know what I picture. Maybe you're too old because remember, I think that you got the white hair. Maybe one of you is much, much older or much, much younger, and you're like, no, I will never date someone that young or someone that older. Or there could be different reasons, you name it. And with this 10 of cups, it's like at the end of the day, you two really fall in love with each other. And 10 of cups is one of the happiest cards. And one of the most promising energies when it comes to relationships. So you two are so happy with each other. You two, I feel like you're really good friends and really in love. And it's just a bliss. Now, the story ends with the 6 of arrows. And let me look at on the bottom. Prince of staves. King of staves. The strength. Okay, so for you, they're not necessarily giving me like a happy ending or like an ending of like, okay, you're not together. It's not like that. They're foreshadowing that you two will someday move away abroad and set roots somewhere else. I think that you two have a purpose that is very connected. Or an interest in spirituality, an interest into there's something. It's just like, and you two choose to move somewhere. They're telling you this because according to them it's important. Once that you have this blissful time, the best time of your life, even start a family, there's a big move, geographically speaking, to grow as a person. So could be that it's like maybe a lot of you will be inseparable for some time, for years, even build a family. And then it's not divorce. Like I don't see you separating. It's more of like you later on finally giving each other a chance to become what you always wanted. So let's say that you two are together, you become parents, and another part of your journey really starts until like you're 55, 60, 45, whatever age, and your kids are like older now, and it's like you two give each other space. Like you're a couple, you're together. There's not like a divorce showing in here. But it's like you start this new journey, this new purpose, and give each other the freedom of following that purpose that may take you worlds apart, but you're together, you're in a relationship. But I just feel like you two are adults that give each other freedom and can continue and pursue your purpose and be able to have your husband or wife always there. Yeah, let me look at what are one of the biggest obstacles here. Some of you could be that this new purpose for one of you could be being a leader. If you're in politics, maybe there's something that is asking you to take, that takes you away. It's a big adventure, and maybe your partner won't come with you, but you're still married, and this person supports you. But it's like, I have my purpose, you have your purpose, we love each other, but we don't have to be together. And right now we're prioritizing that, and so you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. I see it like that. I'm feeling it like that. Obstacles. Are there any obstacles? Temptation. The devil. Protecting your relationship, maybe from others, maybe from addictions as well. So one of the biggest things here, obstacles, could be addiction. So maybe this person has an addiction, you have an addiction, or later on you will develop an addiction. Could also be codependency in here with the devil. So could be alcohol, like addictions, could be any type of addictions, and also addictions, sometimes we think of like cigarettes, alcohol, but really someone who is always has this need of taking sleeping pills and anxiety pills, and every single month they keep adding more pills and more pills, or every single year, then I'm sure that your partner will find it very hard to connect with you because the pills are really affecting your mood. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but I understand that pills have an effect, right, and side effects. And so a lot of them takes a toll on your body, and if your tummy hurts, then your mood also changes. So it just makes sense that a lot of pills will change your mood as well. So that could have an impact in your relationship. Alcoholism, like alcohol, like if you are an alcoholic, if you can't quit smoking for your kids, like things like that will really affect your relationship if one person has their shit together and you don't, right? And another thing could be actual like temptation of like other people, like this need of being with other people or cheating or something. So that is one of the biggest obstacle. I don't see this cheating in here, like they're going to cheat, but that is a big obstacle. So maybe you two have a important conversation because there's some things, weird things happening, and you're ending it on time. This temptation of freedom as well. There's the codependence of you two always being together. Also, the sexual life could be a thing that could become an obstacle, and not because it's bad, but with the devil and that sexual like connection, and like that, like I said, the person, your greatest love, has this very strong sexual energy as well, very sensual energy. I'm not saying that it's this person's fault. It's more like you two, maybe both of you are together because you have like sex is a very important part of your relationship. But if it could turn into something uglier. Let's say that you always want something new, you always want the thrill of it, and then this becomes more violent, and then there's never, I don't know much about it, but I know that there's like people that like submissive people in bed, things like that. And so I know there's a term, but I can't think of it, and they're not giving me the term, but there's just the feeling they're sharing is like when it gets out of hand because you're not capable of connecting genuinely like you used to. When a meal is good, but if you have to put like pour half of a mayonnaise bottle or a hot sauce bottle, then it's getting out of hand. You're not genuinely tasting food anymore. You're just eating hot sauce, or you're just eating ketchup, or you're just eating mayo. So same thing is like you're not making love anymore. You're just having sex, and not even that, you're just looking for specific feeling, whether it's like hurting, whatever, humiliation, whatever it is. So it's getting out of hand. And that could also I don't want to say the word because YouTube is very strict on this, but the entertainment that you can watch about these topics, that could also be a big issue in your relationship. Okay, that said, let's look at, before we finish, also, like I said, if you have made it to this point of the reading, that means that you're connecting with this dynamic. Make sure to subscribe, to give it a like, and to leave a comment. That really helps the YouTube channel to keep growing. And if you ever need a private reading, if you're about to make a decision that matters to you, general pick a card won't do it. I'm telling you, it's not meant for that. Pick a cards are meant for entertainment, and are meant for direction in a way, but genuine advice before making a decision and know what to expect. That is a private reading. You can really get that from pick a card. And I will never dare to do that myself for something that matters to me. So get a trusted tarot reader. If it's me, if it's someone else, you already know, tarotbyfernanda.com. And yeah, alrighty. So you got Virgo energy, Chiron. Yeah, there's a lot of I think you two, and Leo energy again. So I think that you two really share wounds, and maybe you have the same Chiron. So let's say I have my Chiron on house 6, and let's say it's like me finding someone that has Chiron, this meteor, in the same house. And so it's like we have the same we feel the same hurting about something, and maybe we connect through that as well. So that is part of the dynamic in your relationship. I feel like you both have similar healing process to do. You both have when your Chiron, which is something that hurts you, is in a house, that also means that the best way for you to work on it is you assisting someone with a similar hurt to get over it. So I think that this thing of you both having Chiron in a similar placement makes a lot of sense. You have confirmation as well. So I think that you know that this person is the one. I feel like you know that you will be guided to this person. I feel like you'll get a lot of confirmation from your angels, spirit guides, that this is the right person for you, even if it's not what you picture. Because I feel like a lot of you, and you got healing on the bottom, didn't picture this person. You will be attracted to this person eventually, or be ready for this person eventually, but you were not expecting this person, and this is why you'll get a lot of confirmation from your angels of like, this is a person. Maybe you'll get a tarot reading before meeting this person that will tell you exactly what this person will look like, or that you're about to meet the one. Maybe there's a lot of things that, I know as a kid, I was like, I will know this is my soulmate, or this is the person I will marry. I wouldn't say soulmate. This is the person I will marry if they gift me this. And I said that since I was a kid. I haven't met that person yet, but I have this feeling that he will gift me something very little, but I'm like this, because if my angels want me to know that he's the one I'm meant to marry, because soulmates, I have met several in my life, but if I'm meant to marry this man, then angels are meant to tell him exactly what is it that he has to give me. Like it's a little thing, but I'm not gonna say it. And so, yeah, I just feel like if you ever told yourself that the person I will marry will gift me a butterfly ring, or will take me to watch fireworks, or something like that, very specific, and he does, and it's like you get confirmation that he's the one. Or there's things that you realize numerology wise or something, you're like, oh, he was the one all this time. Like, I just didn't want to see it, or I couldn't see it. And you got Leo, Virgo energy in here. Very confident relationship, very, I feel also like spiritual energy, to people that shine, to people that are also very good looking together. I just feel like I feel like you two will really be attracted to each other. There's just something that you were not expecting about this person. Could be that this person has already kids, was divorced. Some of us, we don't want someone that has kids, or that is already divorced, or someone who is a widow, or someone, I don't know. I'm not talking about myself. I'm just saying in general. So could be that may be the reason why you didn't see the person's potential at first. But yeah, so group number 4, I really hope that this reading was useful to you. Thank you so much for your beautiful energy. Seriously, I only receive really good comments in this YouTube channel, same as my Spanish channel. And yeah, let's just keep it, with really good vibes. And I'll see you in the next pick a card. Bye.